July CPI rose to 3.2% year over year compared with the 3.3% expectations. This is 0.2% higher than last month. The market is reacting positively to the new CPI numbers for July, with fresh inflation data showing prices are cooling down. We can really expect the Feds to pause the rates and not hike the rates in their meeting, which will be in September, which is next month. In today's video, I'll be discussing ticker TTOO, trading at 34 cents. This stock was actually trading over $150 back in 2021 and almost $300 back in 2018. It is the most trending small cap biotech play. And keep in mind, guys, these biotech small cap plays are very hot. Ranked number 2 most popular on Webull. Was just the most searched stock just 2 days ago and is backed by a very strong community of shareholders with around 50,000 watchers on StockTwits, and it was actually just recently ranked 1 most trending, as well as the most new watchers in the last 24 hours on StockTwits. It is backed, by a very strong community of people that are really holding this stock in hopes for FDA approval. They have multiple catalysts with FDA approvals and major updates, a lot of new product releases. With these biotech plays, if they get some news with their treatment or some kind of study that comes in or some kind of FDA approval, keep in mind this company has multiple FDA approval catalysts as of right now, and just one of these coming out could literally push this stock to multiple dollars. It could go from 30 cents to multiple dollars if the right catalyst comes out. With these biotech plays and these pharmaceutical plays, there's really no limit for how high they can go when they do get news, and there's a very big demand for what they're doing, and I'm going to tell you why right now. Also going to be going over the risk and the downsides and the negative aspects of the stock later in the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that. But this company's main focus is the sepsis market, which is a serious condition in which the body responds improperly to an infection, and there is a huge demand for this condition because sepsis is the #1 cause of deaths in U.S. hospitals. It kills over 270,000 Americans a year in hospital and another 80,000 in hospice. Also the #1 cause of rehospitalization within 30 days. Around 20% of sepsis survivors are back in the hospital in just 30 days. 1 in 3 hospitalized patients die from sepsis, and sepsis is the #1 cost of hospitalization in the U.S., costing the healthcare system around $62 billion each year. So there is a huge demand for treating and detecting this condition. And I will also show you why this company can dominate the entire industry and beat their competitors. So later in the video, I will also be covering ticker DWAC, which is up around 10% today. This is a company planning to merge with Trump Media Group and bring the stock public through a SPAC merger. So why is this Trump-linked digital world acquisition company trading higher after hours? Actually traded higher after hours yesterday and is up 10% for the day as of right now. We have to talk about that. Also a very risky play with all these Trump indictments coming up, and could be negative if things go bad with that, but definitely one we have to watch that has potential. One big thing to realize is this company is losing millions of dollars each quarter, and they are running out of cash. So that's a big problem here. But if they do get this catalyst, it can easily push the price up. But if they do not get this, they have until around November 20th to get the stock price to $1 plus organically and remain that for 10 days to regain compliance with the NASDAQ. So that's something to really look at. They have to do that organically, or they'll have to do a reverse split, which will obviously hurt the stock price. So really their financial outlook is not looking good unless they get FDA approval or some very big catalyst. But with these biotech plays, that's really all they need to go from 30 cents to multiple dollars very easily in a very short time span. But if they don't get that very quickly, this stock price will tank. It's going to go down. They really don't have cash in the bank, and they need funding because they are losing millions of dollars each quarter. But that being said, they do have a lot of potential and a lot of new product launches and a lot of pending products that could hit the market and be sold to the government or the Department of Defense and etc. And another thing is their liability to asset ratio is not looking good, as they have $82 million in total liabilities. Actually, I think this might have went up, but this is according to the first quarter of 2023. So they have around $80+ million in liabilities compared to around $32 million in assets, which is not a good ratio. But one thing to pay attention to, if this company does market a product and they get commercialization on their product, they can sell it to the government, the Department of Defense, like I just said. And considering there's such a high demand and need for this product to save cost, and it's just one of the biggest problems that these hospitals have, there's really no limit for how high that stock price can go if they can solve a problem, make their detection way easier and just be, the best choice out of their competitors and everything like that, because there's such a big demand, like I said, and this is desperately needed. So, there's a very big market for it and a very big demand for it. So that's something else you have to look at. I'm going to show you a video from their conference they had yesterday. They have another conference, I think, in another week or two. So that's something to pay attention to. But they do have potential, and I will show you a video of why the CEO says they have a very good advantage. It's basically a video of the CEO stating why their detection methods are way better than their peers, taking only 1 to 5 hours compared to their competitors taking multiple days. I'm going to show you that right here.
What are the key differentiators of your testing platform compared to others, direct from whole blood? What else, why is that so important in the landscape?
Most important is the speed to detection of the pathogens or antibiotic resistance genes. All of our competitive systems require first a blood culture. They're using blood culture as their clinical specimen, and blood culture takes 1 to 5 days to turn positive typically. Then they're run on post-culture or culture-dependent molecular diagnostic systems. We can detect what we view as the most important pathogens within 3 to 5 hours directly from blood. So that's our greatest competitive advantage. And why that's important, the data shows that for every hour of delayed targeted antimicrobial treatment, risk of death goes up by up to 8%. So it doesn't take too many hours of waiting for blood culture results for the patient to expire.
Gotcha, okay.
So another thing to realize is we just had that presentation, the annual shareholder meeting, and they discuss a lot about the company. You can look on their site, just Google T2 Biosystems and go on their website and look on investors, look under investors and look on events and presentations. But what's very interesting, actually, one of my subscribers pointed this out to me, is they have another press conference on August 16th at 10 a.m. Eastern time. So why do they have, one conference and then another one back to back, which is very interesting? Will they talk about, some more things coming up? One thing with this stock, they desperately need a catalyst, and that's what everybody's looking for, FDA approval, or even something bigger, something big come out. So that's what we're looking for right now. If we do get the right catalyst, it will easily regain compliance, hit $1 plus, maybe even go to multiple dollars. But if they don't do anything and they're silent, obviously they will do a reverse split, and it will be bad for the company. They do have a back order of sales, and sales did pick up, but they lost like almost $20 million in the first quarter of 2023. They are running out of cash, so they will need funding, but definitely looking for a catalyst coming up, because they have to do it very quickly, as November 20th is their grace period, is the deadline of their grace period to regain compliance organically with the Nasdaq without doing a reverse split. So that's what you really have to look at right now. Trump's back Digital World gains, ticker DWAC, gains after extending outside date for their deal. Now, this is a company that is planning to merge with Trump Media, and they've been doing this, they've been planning this since 2021. They had a settlement. They had to settle with the SEC before they could even move closer to doing this. There's indictments pending and going on with Trump as well. So this is a very risky play. So if, so we have something negative come out with that, obviously that could ruin this stock, But, Trump's back Digital World acquisition, ticker DWAC, the blank check firm is seeking to merge with Trump's Media, rose 7.5% in after hours, is up around 10% for the day. We still have after hours left for today. But this is because the outside deal was extended into December 31st. The amended merger agreement is expected to enable DWAC and Trump Media and Technology Group to, which is the, they are the owners of True Social, to move forward toward completing a business combination in the coming months. So we have to really look at this in the coming months. Also, pay attention to the news going on with the Trump indictments, everything like that, because that could completely destroy this. Very risky, and this merger may not even go through, but definitely one that is rising. And they had an 8K filing out talking about this, but TMTG remains committed to the merger with DWAC, which we believe will help maximize TMTG's, Trump Media's potential, says TMTG CEO Devin Nunes in the statement. So, it is good that we have more information, and they are getting closer to actually completing this merger, but there's still a lot going on with the Trump organization, everything like that. So definitely have to look at that as well. The company also said it engaged Adeptus Partners as its independent public accounting firm. The hiring comes after DWAC announced last Tuesday that its auditor has resigned. So ticker DWAC trading at $16.60, actually down almost 2% in after hours. So it's now is trading at $16.32, up 11% on the day, not including after hours. And I believe it was up around 7% after hours last night. If you look at this one in the past, it actually reached $100 once in 2021 and again back in 2022. There's been a lot of delayments with this merger. They've, hyped it up, almost went through with it, or got closer, made steps progressing to get through this merger, actually make it happen, and then had a lot of delayments. It's really been in a downtrend ever since, but now has some momentum. But it is even riskier now, I believe, because of all these indictments pending with Trump and everything like that. But if somehow everything settles up and this one does go through, could be huge. It may not even happen. This one could go to zero or be worthless, but we'll just have to see what happens and look for updates and everything like that. Guys, that's it for the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know some plays you're watching. Let me know what you think about these plays I just discussed, and put notifications on, guys, so you do not miss these plays.